So, good evening YouTubers, and by YouTubers I mean people on YouTube as opposed to YouTubers, which would be me calling you a load of potatoes. And welcome to the first of what will probably become a regular feature on Mark Fix's stuff, which is me sort of rambling and telling you where my channel's going. I've noticed all the cool kids do it, and I've spent quite a lot of time watching Mr. Benway's Friday Talkies, which I enjoy greatly actually, because I'm not a voyeur, but I do like finding out what other people are thinking. Got a couple of little packages to open up. The observant ones out there will notice I've got a bit of a cold again, but I work with children, so they bring me all their childhood diseases for me to enjoy over and over again. So, where are we at? Well, I'm really overwhelmed with the response to my channel. I think I've been running for about 3 weeks, and a big shout out to Stephen Twig of Retro Gamer VX, who has really sort of helped me. I wouldn't say he's taken me under his wing, it's more like he kicked me up the backside to start making videos, and there's a real high level of support from all the guys in the group. Had about 650 views on my videos, and I don't have that many, and I think at the last count I had 69 subscribers, 69 dude. So yeah, really pleased. I mean, why do I do the channel? And it is something that I've been asked, and the reason is really I just want to help people, and if I can help people, then it's all worthwhile. Some of the things that you see are kind of obvious to the more technical guys out there, and some of the things that you see might be a bit sort of, you know, why is that up there? Well, sometimes it's niche, and there just might be someone searching for the answer for this niche thing. So if I'm doing it, I'll generally video it anyway. I'll probably edit that out. Gross. Anyway, so where are we? Well, I really enjoyed doing the last video, which was me basically getting ripped off with the Spectrum Plus. It's something I'd like to talk about actually, because dishonest eBay sellers, they seem to be everywhere these days, and I've joked about it with a couple of guys actually in the Retro Gamer VX group, that untested sold for spares or repairs actually equals broken. I know it's broken, and that's kind of fine up to a certain level. Untested, you know, might be broken, and I will expect it's broken, but the dishonesty really creeps in when people start saying things along the lines of was working when I put it away 10 years ago, but I don't have the cables or a television I can plug it into, so sold as untested. So what they're saying is, I'm effectively telling you there's a high chance that it's working, but if it doesn't, you can't send it back. Not that I'd ever send anything back myself anyway, but it's kind of skewing you to bid heavily on their item, even though they know it doesn't work. And the case in point, in the last video that I did, the guy actually said that. He said, oh, it was working when I put it away, I can't test it, yada yada. And yeah, as soon as I opened it up on camera actually, you'll notice that half of the conductive strips were missing. On my videos, because I truncate some of the sequences, what I do is I ramble as I'm doing it, and then I go into Premiere Pro, and then I dub on a lot of them over again, so that it's clear and the audio's at a decent level and you can hear it and there's not too much noise, because the room that I work in is quite noisy as well. There's quite a lot of traffic going past the window, and when I'm working under the hot lights I need the window open. So you won't be surprised to know that although I go, oh, it's a religious miracle or something along those lines, the actual original video was something along the lines of effing being seeing being, because there's no way that worked when it was put away. You know, the bit of cable that had snapped off wasn't even inside the unit, and it wouldn't have fallen out. It just would not have fallen out. Anyway, dishonest eBay sellers, I hate it. I'm more likely to bid a better price on something with a fault that's described accurately than dishonesty. Anyway, I can't fix that. No one can fix that. So I'm going to move on from that now. Got a couple of things through the post. These aren't packages that people have sent me. I love getting packages, by the way. But a couple of things through the post. Have a look here. The white one. I like to open these on the camera, actually. Gives me a bit of a thrill. Reverse voyeurism. I think I know what this is anyway. Yes. Blimey, that's a bit good. This is a Sinclair Spectrum 128K +2 grey model RGB SCART lead. It's really good quality, actually. Look at that. Look at that. It's all branded up. It's really thick and feels really sort of heavy and good, actually. And this is to aid me fixing up the Spectrum +2, which Paul kindly sent me, and one which I've had for some time, which, surprise, surprise, was working when they put it away, but they couldn't test it. And yeah, it doesn't work. I've actually found the problem in that it's a couple of the transistors which separate, I think, the 5V and the 9V that go to the RAM, etc., etc. But they're not working, basically. They're only partly functional. So I'll be replacing those in a future video. So I should have two. Oh, this is for you, Patrick Cardon. I should have two working Spectrum +2 greys soon. What else am I looking to do? Don't know if anybody recognises this. Any prizes for guessing? No, there's no prizes for guessing. That's probably going to really muck up the green screen. I'd be surprised if it doesn't, because it's green. Sorry, I meant to say no prizes for guessing. This is a Div IDE. It's a 57C model. It's good. The feet were added by me. It's very good, in fact. And I also have the card adapter. Now that's only 1 GB. Now you're thinking 1 GB. Oh, it's a toenail in storage matters, but actually 1 GB is blinking loads in Spectrum games. So it looks like that when it hangs out the back of your Spectrum. Actually don't have a Spectrum to hand, which is really unusual for me. There's jumpers on here so it'll work with Spectrum +2, +2A, +2B, +3 and everything. It's really brilliant, and I want to do a little review of that in the future. I know it's been reviewed before, but I want to do a review because just because I do, really. It's something for me to talk about and massage my own ego when people watch my videos. So there's that. What else? One of these. I don't know if anybody knows what this is. Well, this is an SD to IEC, which is the kind of the equivalent. Probably know if you look at these adapters, kind of the equivalent, but for the Commodore 64. And yeah, this pretends it's a 1541 disk drive through the IEC bus on the C64. Now, I'm not actually going to be reviewing this one. This needs to go back because it's developed a fault. However, the support is excellent from sd2iec.co.uk. A really lovely chap called Nick has offered to replace it, and he's going to replace it with one of his new models, which is styled like a C64C. So that's going to be excellent. I'm also going to add into that review some downloadable files and a method to speed up loading from this, because it actually does emulate the disk drive at the disk drive speed. The IEC port on the C64 is crippled. It's kind of software emulated rather than real physical hardware. So kind of a fast loader trick, which I'll cover in more detail, and you absolutely have to use if you're going to be doing that. So +2 cable, Div IDE, SD to IEC. I'm forgetting what all these things are called. What else did I get the other day that was awesome? Oh yeah, that's right. Also, I got this from sellmyretro.com, which is where I got the div IDE. A pass-through Kempston joystick adapter. Now, what's so exciting about that? Well, most joystick adapters, for example, this one, aren't pass-through. Which means that if you want to have a joystick and play with your div IDE, you are SOL. Sadly out of luck, but that allows you to use the joystick. And also there's a reset button on there, and if you press the reset button and then press this button to take you back into your div IDE menu, it remembers the last directory you're in and the last file you're on, which is really, really handy. So yeah, a bit more on that. I'll probably include that in the div IDE thing. So yeah, from sellmyretro.com. Brilliant. I really want to get to grips with the Spectrum. I've found software and manuals for that, and also the RAM music machine. Still kind of no hope for the DK-Tronics light pen. Without the light pen, we're pretty screwed. So what I might do is just a little tear down on that. We're talking many videos I've spoken about already. One thing I am going to do, which is a real fix, is a RAM Turbo, which replaced the Sinclair Interface 2. The reason these were popular was because it's got a pass-through adapter and 2 joystick ports, which is brilliant. But on the Sinclair Interface version, the port was kind of crippled. It didn't have all the lines passed through to the extension connector. So this does. And this works brilliantly with the div IDE. However, it's faulty. Now you have to hold down fire when you're powering it on to get it to go into, I think, Kempston mode. But it doesn't do it. It stays in basically Sinclair cursor mode, which when you move the joystick, it makes numbers appear on the screen. But not all directions do this. So I was trying this, it didn't work. I swapped the joystick, didn't work. Used a Mega Drive pad, didn't work. And then I thought, you know what, is something wrong with this? I've opened it up and had a quick look, and it does look like it was soldered by a monkey that was drunk whilst being high on crack cocaine. So I'm probably just going to refresh the solder joints in there, see if it makes a difference. And my feeling is if I do that on the ports and then I go and try it out and it gives me the proper feedback, then that's probably going to work nicely. So that's all good. I've got a package to go off to Deutschland to a person called Peepsy Panic, who you guys might know. Regular RGVX crew members will definitely know. Cheeky little German number, don't mention the war. And he wants a Spectrum, and he's often been moaning, but you guys, you live in the land of the Spectrum. It is so easy for you to obtain this British hardware. For us, it is a mundanity. But I've offered to send him one that I've repaired. It's cost me a lot of money to repair it. It's sort of a labour of love, but for postage. And I'll probably be chucking some extra bits in the box as well, because he's unlikely to get the things that he needs over there. So I'm going to donate a power supply that came from Ash Evans, Electron Ash on YouTube, in the box. So he's got an original power supply, the unit, the membrane's been changed, you name it, you name it, you name it. And yeah, he's going to pay for the membrane and the postage, which is going to be good. So I look forward to that, but it's on the proviso that he makes a video of it, and he's never made a video before, so that'll be interesting. What other things? Oh yeah, the package. We'll open this up. I think I know what this is. I think it's getting harder and harder to open bubble envelopes and save them for reuse. Yeah, yes. Okay. Yeah, see if I don't know if you can see what these are. Sockets, 40-pin dill stroke dip sockets, which will fit a. Got one handy. Usually got one hanging about. No? What have you done with that? No, yeah, I don't know what I've done with that, but yeah, it's basically so I can put a socket on a motherboard that needs a new Z80. It's a 48K Spectrum. And by the way, I do fix other things than Sinclair. I'm not a Sinclair fetishist. It's just that there's been a lot of them recently, and people have donated quite a lot of stuff to be revived, and I like to bring it back and give it to people who want it, you know, at cost, rather than try and flea bay it and make money, or see it go into landfill, because the more that are out there in the hands of people who want them, then the more
photography mail
spam on my phone, the more chance there is that the legacy of computer history will survive, and that's what I'm about, you know. I'm going to have a drink. I'm going to investigate. I'm doing some video footage on this, my camera. You just heard it said photography mail, and that's because my day job, well, it used to be my day job, I'm winding that business up. I was a wedding and portrait photographer, and you can find some of my work at markpaynephotography.co.uk or Mark Payne Photography on Facebook, if you give a damn, and I don't blame you if you don't. But this is a pretty cool video camera, but I've never used it for that because it's always been a tool, and now that the foot's off the brake on the photography work and doing the other business, then yeah, it's an opportunity to use it. It's more of a toy. So yeah, that's good. There's a couple of bits there. Really want to get the Spectrum Plus 2s up. I've mentioned that. And just sort of connect more with people on my YouTube channel, getting a bit more sort of toing and froing. It seems to have slowed down now getting subscribers, and I understand that. I'm kind of a niche interest channel. I've shot footage for a couple of other things, getting the front metal plate off of a 48K Spectrum again, I know, with the minimal damage, but that's in the footage folder, and I've got to have time to edit that. I recently built a PC with an SSD for my wife, so I made sure I catalogued that. That's quite a lot of editing there. Yeah, loads and loads of things going on. If you notice my new t-shirt that my wife has purchased me, let me just show you at the back. Pretty cool. Don't get excited, chaps. There we go. And subscribe to get your fix. So that'll be appearing in a few more videos. Very, very cool as well. She had this made for me. Hope you can see that as well. Sleeve cuff, very nice. Really cool quality as well. You know, Mark fixes stuff, or as some people like to claim, Mark gets loads of boxes and blows stuff up. And so yeah, that's the sort of the video side that's upcoming. Some things that I've got which I've been meaning to sort of get onto fixing for ages. An Amiga A1200 in the loft. It needs a good clean, and I've got some peripherals with it. So I've got a Squirrel SCSI CD drive that I'm sure is damp and needs opening up and cleaning. Some kind of accelerator card. I'm not really au fait with accelerator cards and what's what, so I'd really like for some of you guys to identify that for me. It's 030 or something, don't know. Microbotics. Anyway, I'll come to that in a video. A Nintendo 64, which is, shut up, a Nintendo 64 which is fully functioning, but I have a couple of CD64s or CD64 pluses, and for those of you that don't know, they were a kind of a backup unit back in the day, and one of them I'm sure works, but I'm fairly sure that the other one doesn't. I think the drive blew up, and I haven't got the long screws to hold it together, so I think there's one working unit and one non-working unit. So I'm going to sort those out and see what's going on with that, and see if I can load some N64 ROMs. Of course, homebrew, ROMs from disk. And yeah, what else? Oh, there's loads of stuff. Need to get the old CD32 out. Got all sorts of things that I'm planning to do. I've got a pile of Nintendo DS's that need to go into new cases to have screens replaced. I'm fairly awful at doing that. My success rate isn't good on that because I'm getting old, and the hands, they're not getting any smaller. So yeah, trying to do bits and bobs like that is getting more and more difficult. Other than that, yeah, everything's good, and thank you for watching my channel. I'm really excited about doing more and more stuff for you. Always happy to receive packages. I've got quite a lot on my plate at the moment, but if you've got anything that you do want to send my way, then feel free to contact me and I'll give you an address you can send it to. And yeah, I've got bazillions of bits and bobs to do. Good. So, I've probably rambled on long enough. Big shout out to everybody who supported me again. And I think I'm going to go off, edit this video and pop it up on the channel. So, until next time, this is Mark from Mark Fixes Stuff, signing off. Subscribe to get your fix.
And anybody fucks with my command, they get court-martialed, they get executed.